Good evening, YouTube, and welcome to the Pipe Report. So before I begin the video here, just a couple announcements. The first one is I have received a new patron, Barbara Hammers. Thank you, Barbara. It means a lot to me. I really do appreciate it. I really do appreciate it. Whoever just supports my channel in general, I am forever grateful because it's very gratifying for me to know that people care enough about what I have to say and my opinions and my analysis that they're actually willing to donate me money. So I appreciate that. The second announcement is that tomorrow night I will be doing another live stream with Holly Seeliger, Zoo on Politicon, and it will be on her channel. However, if you want to watch it, go to my Twitter page around 7 p.m. Central or 8 p.m. Eastern, same thing, and I will tweet the link. So you don't have to have a Twitter account to go on my Twitter page. You can just go to it, type on Google, Twitter, or not Google, DuckDuckGo, Twitter, the Piper Report, and it'll take you to my page. But anyways, our live stream will be at 8 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. So if you want to watch that, check out the tweet I will be sending tomorrow night. Now, time for the article. You'll have to excuse me, I got a yawning spell, so I might be breathing in deep throughout the video. I can't yawn, but my brain needs oxygen, so I'm trying to inhale deeply. I wonder if anyone else ever experiences that, because it's kind of strange and annoying, so. Alright. The New York Times editor claims to be former Antifa member, brags about anti-Trump bias. So I was going to actually do this video yesterday, but I was out of town, and I just got back into town recently, today, so I will cover it now, because I find it interesting, and it's really important to go over, because I think it delineates the type of media bias that we experience on a day-to-day basis, even if we don't know we are experiencing it. So a new undercover video shows New York Times audience strategy editor Nick Dudich bragging about his anti-Trump bias and his history as a former Antifa member. Yeah, okay. Antifa, those anti-fascists, because they are really, really good people. Conservative activist group Project Veritas released the video on Tuesday, showing Dudich joking about being objective, before saying, "No, I'm not. That's why I'm here." Dudich emphasized his influence within the Times newsroom, saying that his imprint is on every video we do. And we know about the New York Times. We know about the regressive media and the corporate media in general. What they like to do, they like to embellish. They like to pick an event, an actual real event that has happened in the country or in the world, and then they preach that news and that analysis in such a way that they are slowly manipulating you. For instance, Donald Trump could do something really well, like his response to the Harvey incident, the Hurricane Harvey, and they would twist it in such a way that Donald Trump doesn't understand about natural disasters. That's why his wife Melania wore the wrong kind of shoes, or something like that. So what they do is that they try to mold your brain in such a way, your influence, or trying to control your narrative. Because most people, they get their news from either from one particular news organization or from a set of them that are relative in nature. For example, those who watch CNN probably also read New York Times and Washington Post. Those who watch Fox News, they might maybe read Breitbart, even though Breitbart has been attacking the establishment, and Fox News, they're establishment themselves. They're trying to walk away from that, if you will, trying to deviate from that perception, but I think Judge Jeanine Pirro, I caught a glimpse of her show the other day, and she was basically attacking the GOP establishment, and you know that if we had a president that was hardcore establishment, they'd be backing him up then. So Fox News just as implicit and complicit with the way the media spun as the regressive media is. But I lost my train of thought here. Oh, anyways, yeah, so people get their news from either one particular source or a set of sources. And a lot of those news organizations, if they preach the same false narrative in such a way and to such a degree, they are able to actually mold a person's personal perception of reality. And we see this all the times. For instance, Jimmy Kimmel did a monologue about the whole Las Vegas shooting, and he was spewing out facts about gun control and just gun, what is happening in the world with guns in general, in the U.S. specifically, and they were just wrong. And they were just wrong. And someone I know, I saw on social media, she actually posted a picture of an automatic weapon, and she said, American citizens do not need to have these types of guns. It's just like, yes, you are correct. That is why they cannot have them now. They are already illegal. They're heavily regulated. You're not going to be able to walk into a store and get one. But anyways, I kind of digress there. Let's get back to the article. The editor also claimed to be a former Antifa member who frequently assaulted alleged neo-Nazis. Yeah, I used to be an Antifa punk once upon a time, Dudich says, referring to the militant far-left movement that has repeatedly attacked conservatives and Trump supporters. It kind of brings it back to my whole punch a Nazi video. You know, what is happening here is that Antifa actually attacked a father and a son who weren't doing anything wrong. They were not doing anything malicious or anything that could be construed as not insensitive, but as dangerous to the Antifa protest. I forgot what city it was in. And so what does Antifa do? Two people that are there just wanting to support their own ideology are attacked. They didn't instigate anything. They didn't yell at Antifa, but Antifa attacked them because they have an opposing ideology. And what this is actually, in essence, terrorism. Terrorism is the idea that you can manipulate someone to do what you want to do by using the threat of fear. So the whole notion of punch a Nazi, even though a Nazi is not properly defined anymore, a Nazi these days is anyone who voted for Donald Trump, anyone who may have supported any GOP policies, anyone essentially who has a different ideology other than Antifa. They are Nazis now. So if you get called Nazi a lot, even though you're not a Nazi, and then you see Antifa punching those who they claim are Nazis, you are afraid that you may be physically assaulted. You know what that is? That is terrorism. They're using the threat of fear to manipulate your actions, to manipulate your beliefs, your perceptions. That's key. That's important. And it's wrong. And it's hypocrisy at its finest. Antifa are the kings of hypocrisy. Okay, Dudich also referred to President's son Donald Trump Jr. as Trump's, viewer discretion advised here, Trump's dumb fuck of a son. Bizarrely, Dudich also claimed to be the godson of former FBI Director James Comey, although his family later denied that claim to Project Veritas. Okay, so it sounds like this Dudich guy just may be exaggerating and full of hyperbolic nonsense. He probably wasn't even a member of Antifa, but what is important about his claims that he was a member is that he is essentially backing them, backing the violent, prone actions of Antifa. And that is wrong. This video is the latest in a Project Veritas campaign to reveal biased journalists at major media organizations. I will also post a link to the whole video, Project Veritas, in the description. Check it out. It's interesting. It's interesting. Whether you are conservative, or whether you're progressive, or moderate, or blah, 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 you need organizations like Project Veritas. You need organizations like the Watchdog group. I can't remember their name. Judicial Watch. You need groups like that. just because it is up to them to keep people honest. And that is why it is up to independent media narrators like myself, like Tex Texan, like Zuan Politicon, like Styx, like blah 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 blah. You need them because you need a different perception. You need to get away from the brainwashing, from the forced narrative, from the corporate media, from the regressive media. Because all they want is ratings. All they want and all they do is expel lies. Lies to get you to behave a certain way, which is no different than Antifa using a threat of fear to get you to do and act a certain way. And I'm done.